Okay. So last class we discussed about parabolas. We discussed parabola, correct or not? And also after that we discussed about integration, application of integration. Why do we use integrations to calculate what? Area. Understood now? To calculate area under the graph. Differentiation is used to calculate the slope of the graph. Correct? Are you understanding? Can you three people sit separate? You three people. Can you sit separate? Yes. Correct? Next class you sit separately. Understood now? And those two girls. Second bench, last one but the last. Sit separately. Don't expect we came from same school. All four of you also. Sit separately. We came from same school. We should sit together. That is not how learning is going to happen. Understood now? So now let us continue with the first chapter. The first chapter, not the first chapter. Which chapter? I always forget about the dimensions because we don't consider that as a chapter only. So always I forget about that. I forget we have already discussed the first chapter. So this is second chapter. Understood now? So now in this chapter, what we are going to learn? In this chapter, we are going to learn what is motion, what is rest, what is displacement. What are you writing? The person with the topi. Huh? What are you writing? Do you think I am doing stand-up comedy here? Then listen. Sir is doing something, then I should not have to listen. Understood now? Don't write anything when I'm speaking. You can write later. Okay. So we will study motion, rest, then displacement, distance, speed, velocity, acceleration, then how to solve graph kind of questions, at last what is motion under gravity, and also the relative motion. So this chapter is going to be very very important for the upcoming chapters because the concept of these chapters will be used in so many chapters even in 12th also. Okay na? So learn properly. Since you are a NEET students, I don't go so much deep into concept. I will go little bit more than NEET. Even if the difficult question is asked, we could able to solve little bit more than NEET. Understood now? But you should practice well in home. I need the previous things. What are previous things? We have discussed vectors. We need what are vectors. We need how to get the magnitude of vector. We need how to get a direction. We need how to add and subtract. As usually, always I tell, every week we have to revise. Whatever happened in the previous week, we have to revise. That's how you become strong in physics, not by learning in the only class. You learn in the class, but you have to revise in home also. Understood now? So now, can anybody say what do we mean by rest or motion? What we call, or what, how do we define motion, or how do we define rest? Can you bother to answer? You can answer. See, when I have not taught you anything and I ask you question about it, then you are free to answer whatever you want. Yes, come on, give example. We like examples. Ah, ah, ah. Passenger is not. First is rest. Huh? हाँ. चलो शरीफ बोलेगा. शरीफ बोलो. बोलो भाई. तुम एक डॉक्टर बनने वाले हो. You should be ready. Come on, bolo. Then to say no, you stand up. Sit. Hela. What is motion? Which body? Dead body. Cannot only tell, man. I simply tell some jokes. That's why I don't like to record. Okay, good. Sit. You are in motion or rest? Okay, sit. Ah, chalo. Bolo. Don't get ready to tell the answer. Stand up and tell the answer. You are not here to dance or something. You are telling answer. Tell the answer. Correct only tell why you are. Ah, then rest. Which is not moving from one place to another place. It's called rest. Sit. Very good. Next, you tell. The girl with the smartwatch. Are you smart enough? Let us see. Last bench and the last person. Ah, very good. All the definitions are useless. Okay, you are not going to study. You want to tell? Congratulations. Tell. One more useless definition. Please sit. I already said, if I have not thought, then you are telling something, then you are brave. And all of you who told the answer, it is brave. But just because you are brave, the answer need not to be correct. Correct only, na? Are you able to understand? We are brave. We will learn. But the answer was not correct. But we appreciate your braveness, not your answer. Okay, no problem. Now, first let us write point of reference. Don't write point of reference. That is very, very important. The point of reference. Anything you study in this universe, you have to study with respect to some reference. If there is no reference, then you cannot understand whether the given body is in motion or rest. You cannot understand. It may looks easy, but it is not so easy. I will give an example. Imagine a complete clear space where you cannot see any clouds, where you cannot see anything else. Completely clear sky is there. Clear space is there. And an aeroplane, you saw the aeroplane. You know aeroplane is moving because aeroplane is moving, that's why it is there. But if a person who never seen aeroplane, he never know that aeroplane flows in the sky and there is no adjacent clouds and all, there is nothing else, and is looking at aeroplane, you will never able to see whether the aeroplane is moving or not. Can you able to see? You can only able to see the aeroplane is there. How do you say it is moving? You cannot say. Imagine a huge ocean, a clear ocean where there are no other ships around a single ship, only one ship is there, and you see the ship and you cannot guess. If you don't see that all the water going backwards, you only see the ship and you cannot tell the ship is moving. It is never possible. It is because of this point of reference. You need something to compare the body, then you can tell compared to that body, this body is moving or not. Understood now? You need some reference. If there is no reference, then you cannot tell what is the motion? Are we going front? Are we going back? Are we standing? Are we at rest? It is very difficult to tell. You might have all observed that in a traffic we are standing for a long time. Imagine, then suddenly the adjacent bus starts going front, but we feel starts going back. Have you observed? We are sitting in a bus, our bus is at rest only, but the adjacent bus starts going front. Then we suddenly feel like what? We are going backwards. Are we going backwards? But it feels like we are going backwards. Correct only, now. And you suddenly think, why the bus is going backwards? And it is not only you, the driver gets confused too. The driver who is sitting, he will also get confused. Did I put the handbrake? He will think and say, okay, the bus is going front. So, because now you are studying your own body, your own car with respect to adjacent car. Understood now? But you suddenly see left side and the left side car is at rest only. Then you understand, okay, I am at rest. Suddenly you change the comparison, then motion and rest also changes. Understood now? You are going in a car, but you saw the trees that are staying in the road. We feel the trees are going backwards. The trees are going backwards. They are at rest. But we are studying the trees and we are comparing the trees with respect to us. With respect to me, trees are going backwards. But with respect to tree, we are going front. Understood now? Let us take a college bus. College bus is there. In that, two people are standing. Understood now? They are not holding hands, but they are not standing. They are standing. Artha aita? Now, the bus is moving at a speed, let us say, 40 kmph. 40 kmph. Now, I am standing on the road. Now, I am looking at the bus. For me, it feels like bus going at 40 kmph. Correct or not? And for me, it also feels like person A and person B both are moving at what speed? 40 only. But for a person A, does it feel like person B is moving? For A, does it feels like person B is moving? After 2 seconds also both will be sitting together only, na? Correct or not? So person B's motion or rest depends upon who is seeing the person. Is A is seeing the person or I am seeing the person? If I am seeing the person, B is moving. If A is seeing the person B is not moving. If B sees the person A, then A is also not moving. But if both of them look at me, they feel like I am going backwards. Correct or not? Everything changes. If you change what? Point of reference. Point of reference is most important in order to study motion or rest. If you change point of reference, everything change. The displacement, distance, velocity, acceleration, motion, rest, how he is moving, everything changes. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ ತಾನೆ? ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ we cannot simply say motion means body which is moving in motion, body which is not moving is at rest. That is wrong. We have to include what? Point of reference. With respect to point of reference, if body changed position, then we call the body is in motion. Are you able to understand? Because position also not constant. Are you able to understand? My position is here. My position is 2 steps from this podium, but 10 steps from the door. Is my position is constant? It depends upon with respect to what I am talking about. With respect to podium, it is 2 steps left. With respect to door, it is 9 steps right. Are you understanding? So you cannot simply say, Shashidhar sir position is 9 step. Where? Which 9 steps? Where should I go? Correct or not? You have to say with respect to door 9 step towards right. So the point of reference is very, very important. Now with respect to point of reference, I was standing here 2 steps. This is my initial position. Then I went other 2 steps. Now with respect to the podium, I changed my position. Correct or not? Then you can say I have moved. If I am still changing, then I am still in motion. If I moved, then I moved. I came to final position and stopped. Then it is a past tense. Body moved. If I am still moving, then the body is still in motion. Are you able to understand? So, point of reference is defined as very simple thing. Point of reference can be anything. Are you able to understand? Point of reference can be anything. There is no constant point of reference. Point of reference can be podium, point of reference can be house, point of reference can be car, point of reference can be a electric pole. With respect to electric pole, person moved at a speed 10 kmph. Understood now? Our point of reference can be another person. With respect to car A, car B is moving at a speed 10. Are you able to understand? So all these things can be point of reference. But generally speaking, for us, point of reference is earth. I will understand who is reference? Earth. With respect to earth, earth is at rest. But is earth is at rest? Earth is also not at rest. That's why there is no absolute or there is no absolute rest or motion. Nobody is at rest, nobody is at motion. Everyone is in motion, everyone is at rest. Only depends upon point of reference. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ ತಾನೆ? ಸೊ ಅಬ್ಸಲ್ಯೂಟ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲಾರ್ಗೂ ಒಂದೇ ತರ ಕಾಣಬೇಕು. The whole world should see the person as good person, then is absolutely good person. You understand? At least not the whole world, at least we are 60 students are there. For all the students, I should look like moving. Understood now? Because all of you are sitting, then for all of you I look like moving only. But with respect to different people, my displacement will be different. Understood now? I will be in motion only. But for him, my position is at 30 degree. For him, my position is at 40 degree. For her, my position is something else. Then I move to final position. Then displacement will be different for different people. But for everyone, I am moving. But someone else is also moving with me. With respect to them, I am not moving. Artha aita? All this is relative motion. And basically, everything is relative in this world. Everything depends upon point of reference. Understood now? But whenever we study in the motion in a straight line first chapter, we study absolute motion. Absolute motion andre the point of reference will be always at rest only. Artha aita? Point of reference will be at rest. And which one we are considering point of reference as? Earth. Earth is point of reference for us. In relative motion, they will give different point of references. Car A moving with respect to car B. A thief running at a speed of 5 meters per second with respect to police. A mouse is running at a speed something with respect to cat. All these things becomes relative motion questions. Arthaita? Aeroplane A is flying at a speed with respect to another aeroplane. They want to collide. Then what should be the direction of motion? What should be the... They will ask questions. Arthaita? So they are called as relative motions. When observer also moves, basically point of reference what we can understand as observer. Understood now? Basically point of reference means observer. If observer is also moving, then things get complicated. If observer is at rest, then things are very easy to study. Understood now? Observer is also starts moving, then it becomes relative motion. If you are staying there, I am throwing pen. I can easily throw the pen so that I can catch. Imagine he start running. Can I throw? I have to judge. After 2 seconds, he will come there. Then I have to throw there. Everything I have to calculate. Understood now? His motion, he also starts moving. Then for me, it is very difficult to throw this pen. Understood or not? Same thing. If that podium is at rest, I am going to hit that podium. Very easy. If the podium is start shaking or podium is keep on moving, now I have to hit the podium. Very difficult. I have to calculate the relative values. Understood now? I am throwing the pen here. The pen will reach that point after 2 seconds. After 2 seconds, where that podium will be moving, I have to consider its velocity also. I have to consider its direction of motion. I have to calculate so many things. All these are example for relative motion. Whenever observer is moving, that becomes relative motion. Understood? I am telling what kind of questions we are going to get. They will say the river is there or stream is there and person is swimming in that stream. Very easy to calculate. But when the same person swim in the river, it will be difficult, because river also starts moving. River is moving. Then person wants to go here, but river is taking him here. I don't understand. Then it becomes relative motion. Then you have to calculate so many things. Person exactly has to reach that end of the river. Then how, with what direction person has to jump? Understood? I am standing. The rain is coming. Now I am holding umbrella. Now you starts moving at a bike. When you start moving at a bike, the rain velocity will increase or decrease? It start hitting with more velocity. Correct or not? The exact question will be asked. For a person riding a motorbike at 10 kmph, the rain feels like hitting at this angle. How, at what angle person has to hold the umbrella so that he can cover from the rain? All these questions are relative. Understood now? Whenever question is asked with respect to earth or with respect to observer views at rest, they're all called as absolute motion. Most people don't understand what is absolute, when we have to consider absolute, when we have to consider relative. Simply faculties will give them equation, they will think, okay, equation will apply. But when the question is slightly changed, then you will be getting negatives. Understood now? So if observer is also moving, that is relative. If observer is at rest, that becomes what? Absolute motion. Absolute motion. So most of real cases, real case under, understand what is real case? Real case means a thief is running, real case. My mouse is running, real case. Car A is riding, real case. Train A is moving, real case. Aeroplane, real case. All these are real case. For all these real cases, point of reference is earth only. Understood now? Then what else will be there? There can be hypothetical cases. Hypothetical cases andre, a particle A is moving at a speed V. Now this is not real case. It is an hypothetical case. Andre, where no one is there, where there is no gravity, particle is moving in the space. Then who is reference there? Coordinate system. Who is reference? Coordinate system, the origin. With respect to origin, the particle was at location P, then from the P it went to Q. Then what is the displacement, what is velocity, everything will calculate. Are you able to understand? So point of reference is nothing but, also observer is nothing but point with respect to which motion or rest of the particle is studied. Motion or rest of the particle is studied, is called as point of reference. If point of reference is at rest, we are not talking about body, we are talking about what? Point of reference. If point of reference is at rest, then it is called as absolute motion, absolute study. Understood now? If point of reference is also moving, then it is called as relative study. It is called as relative study. Now you define what is motion or rest of the body. What we can say, very simple. Motion means if the position of the body, if the position of the body changes or changing with respect to point of reference, with respect to point of reference in given interval of time, in given interval of time, is called as what? Motion. Artha aita? If the position of the body changing with respect to point of reference in given interval of time is called as what? Motion. If it is not changing, if it is not, don't write everything again. If it is not, then it is called rest. Artha aita? Simple. Please write. Not this bus with two couple. Only this diagram. Come on, write. So, point of reference can be anything. Anything. Generally, earth. for real cases. Origin for hypothetical cases. So this is separate. So point of reference can be anything. Generally earth for real cases, origin for hypothetical cases. You have to understand the way I am telling, not the way you understand. Write fast. Notes are very, very important. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? Maintain proper notes, because otherwise you don't know what to revise, and you cannot revise by any books. Never. You cannot revise by any books. And I already said, if anyone has purchased some nonsense books, please throw them today only. Don't say, sir, I have given 500 rupees, so if I throw 500 loss, if you keep on reading that, your 2 years will be loss. Sell it in OLX, still nobody will purchase. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? You can solve question from any book. Questions you can take from NTA, physics wala text questions, anywhere questions can be solved, but never study from any book. Faculty notes is the fundamental. Done. What is the doubt? Interval of time. In given interval of time. Why you have not written anything, madam? Only 2 lines you have written. Write fast. Don't have habit of wearing smartwatches in classes. You should wear normal watches for examinations, and have habit of wearing watch. If you don't know how much time you are spending for each subject, then you are going to end up in scoring very less. Don't keep on solving comfortably. You have to have a time limit. Understood now? Hypothetical. You don't listen what I talk. If you listen what I talk, then you know what I'm writing on the board. If you're not listening, then you don't understand what I'm writing on the board. And I have best handwriting. Right? Next, please. Right. Position. Next. So we have written already position, but what is position we have to define. So position is what? So position is the location of the body. If you ask me how to make notes, you have to make exactly notes like how I have written. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? Not like a book. Write everything in a proper sentence, then there is no difference between notes and book. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? You should contain the flow charts like, okay, this is connected to here, this is here. Not with a lot of sentences, with the only keywords. That is how you make notes. ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಪೇಜ್ ಗಟ್ಟಲೆ ಬರೆದು ಬಿಡೋದಲ್ಲ. You have to revise it again. While revising, it should not take more time. Understood now? That is the point of making notes. Let us write position. Please write the location of the particle. Location of the particle with respect to reference. The location of the particle with reference to, with respect to reference. Location of the particle with respect to reference. is called as position. And position is a vector quantity. Right? Position is what quantity? Do you know what is vector? Which has both magnitude and, because look, position has a direction. Are you able to understand? Position means direction. If I am standing here, I have to say the position of the camera is here. I have to show here only. Can I show here and say camera is here? Can I say that? Position is vector quantity. It has magnitude and direction. If I am staying here, now for me, position of the camera is here. But if I stay here, position of the camera is here. Now, does that mean position is same? Position is different because reference is different, but the location is same. That is what we have written. The location of the point, location of the object with respect to what? Reference is called as position. For this reference, this is the position. For that reference, that is the position. But the location is same. Correct or not? Are you understanding difference between location and position? Location of Sahyadri College is same. It is not going to change. Whenever you say send me the location, you don't say send me the position. In our Google map, you send location or you send position. You send locations. Location of the college is fixed, but the position depends upon whether you are coming from Tekal or you are coming from Bangarpeta or you are coming from Mulbag. Correct or not? So location is depends upon point of reference. Location is fixed. Position depends upon point of reference. Now, as I said, for real cases, the point of reference can be earth or anything. For hypothetical cases, let us take origin as point of reference. So I am taking x coordinates along x-axis, y coordinates along y-axis. I have not written z because we cannot write z, but it can be again written in terms of z also. Let us take only 2 dimension. So now a particle P was here, not particle P. Particle was at location what? P. The location is very simple. X comma x1 comma y1. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? ನಾನು ಒರಿಜಿನಲ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. I have to go along x-axis how much distance? x1. Then I have to go along y-axis how much distance? y1. Then I reach location or position P. Particle was there initially. Then what is the position vector? How do we write a position vector? Very simple. From the origin till the P. Understood? Not till P. Written? Understood or not? Then O is origin, P is a location. OP is called as position vector. OP is called as what? Position vector. It is written as, isn't it triangle? Correct or not? Can you tell addition of triangle rule? Addition of vectors using triangle rule. See, you have forgot. That's why I always say you have to revise. So, in a triangle, no need to go back. In a triangle, sides which are taken in same direction, their addition must be equal to side which is taken in opposite direction. So here you can see x1 and y1 taken in same direction. The addition must be equal to what? The closing side, nothing but what? OP vector. So x1 I cap plus y1 j cap. So addition of x1 and I1 will give you what? OP vector. Correct? So whenever we know vector, you can also calculate the magnitude of the vector. Magnitude of the vector is given by what? Root of x1 square plus y1 square will give us magnitude OP. Correct or not? And also you want to calculate the direction. Always we have to calculate direction with respect to what? X-axis. So the tan theta is written as y by x. Always, if you know vector, y component by x component will give the direction. So tan theta is written as what? y1 by x1. So this is direction of vector. This is magnitude of the vector. This contains both. This contains both magnitude and direction. Then how to calculate magnitude? Like this. How to calculate direction? Like this. Correct or not? Simple. So that is the first location of the body. Now imagine the body changed its position. It went to new location. Where is the new location? Imagine it went here. This is location Q. Now its new coordinates are x2 comma y2. Understood now? Now I have a problem with you all. What is the problem? Now I am writing the diagram. And after some time I will tell you to write the diagram. You know how you will draw? You will draw everything from the left hand side to right hand side. I mean, you don't write in the sequence what I am writing. What I am writing sequence? First I marked P, then I marked x1, y1, then I wrote OP vector, then I wrote magnitude and direction, then I marked Q. Then I will write OQ vector. Correct or not? That will be along x-axis x2, along y-axis y2. Then here I am writing OQ vector as x2 I cap plus y2 j cap. So for this also I can calculate magnitude and direction. But you don't write like that. First you will write this triangle, everything. You will complete the diagram, then you start writing the equations. That is wrong. Whenever you take a note, if you are absorbing properly, you know which step must be written first, which step should be written next. Because you are not only copying, you are learning it. You have to copy like that only. So now we have written OQ vector. So now with respect to origin, both are calculated with respect to origin only, na? And particle changed its location from where to where? P to Q. So original position is what? OP. New location is Q. So vectors also we have written. Now body displaced from P to Q. That is called as displacement. That is called as what? Displacement. Then displacement is always written as very simple. I hope you can again tell. I hope you can again tell the triangular law looking at, let us mark it as S vector. S vector is displacement in our language. Then S vector. Can you look at OP vector, OQ vector and S vector? Tell me which addition should be equal to what? OP plus PQ means S only, na? OP plus S. So in the triangle, OP plus S should be equal to OQ, because OP and S taken in same order. OQ is taken in opposite order. So now we want displacement. Then displacement S is written as what? OQ minus OP. How to send this side? Correct or not? OQ minus OP. OQ means final position. OP means initial position. So displacement can be defined as what? Always final position minus initial position. There is no other definition for it. Always for any calculation, displacement is always written as final position minus initial position. And it's a vector. I will understand. You have to follow the vector laws. Now let us write the final position vector. What is final position vector? X2 I cap plus Y2 J cap. This is final position vector OQ minus OP. What is OP? X1 I cap plus Y1 J cap. Let us minus it. So I matte I we can minus. X2 minus X1. So X2 minus X1 I cap ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ plus Y2 minus Y1. So this is the displacement. It has both magnitude and direction. Like position is a vector, displacement is also vector only. And you got the vector, you can get the magnitude, correct or not? What is the magnitude then? Magnitude of displacement. Root of x2 minus x1 whole square, y2 minus y1 whole square. Correct only, na? Then direction also we can write. Correct or not? So tan theta is equal to y2 minus y1. Y component by x component. Correct only, na? Simple. So you got the displacement, you got its magnitude, you got its direction. Now let us mark them in the diagram. Now look at the diagram. This is the displacement, correct or not? I am taking x-axis. This is only y2 minus y1, correct or not? This is y2, this is y1. So this distance is what? Y2 minus y1. This one total is x2, illivargu x1. So this is how much? X2 minus x1. Now we have written tan theta. This one only, correct or not? Theta. Tan theta is equal to y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. So illiddid body ಈ ಆಂಗಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಯು ಗಾಟ್ ದ ಆಂಗಲ್. ಎಷ್ಟು ದೂರ ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಆಗಿದೆ? ಇಷ್ಟು ದೂರ. Are you able to understand? So with respect to x axis 30 degree imagine 10 meter displaced. So with respect to x axis 30 ತಗೊಂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು 10 meter it has traveled. Now it is here. Are you able to understand? So everything is crystal and clear in vectors. Nothing is assumption. Nothing is simply considerations. Understood now? If you understand vectors properly, then the complete physics will be easily solved. Are understanding? I have not written it nicely now. Is it messed up? We know how to write nicely, but we don't write the nonsense things nicely. What is important, they only will write nicely. Artha aita? Can you write it now? Please. Hello. Hello. Are you speaking? I am. I can sit in that class and control you people. You know that? We can see CC camera also. Give me 1 second. Mic on. If I switch on the mic, everything will record. Now, whatever I'm speaking will be recorded. Understood? Now, it is an input. That is video input. That is audio. This is audio input. Then, written. Write fast. I can still hear that scale sound. Like this. Scale sound is coming. Anyone is using scale? Nobody should use scale. Because in examination, you will not get anything. There, if you have practiced by using scale and pencil, there your speed will lag. There you will face problems. Nobody should use any calculator also. Any calculations are there, approximation you should do. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಅಪ್ರಾಕ್ಸಿಮೇಷನ್. ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಏನೋ ಒಂದು 90/43 ಇತ್ತು ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟರ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಬಾರ್ದು. 45 ಇದ್ದಿದ್ರೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಆನ್ಸರ್? 2. But it is 43. Then little bit more than 2. Whichever option little bit more than 2 is there, that is your option. Understood, na? Something like that. All we do approximation only, not a proper calculation. If it is properly cancelling, then we'll do that. Take a question, please. Body is displaced from. Body is displaced from. Come on, right? Body is displaced from position 1 comma minus 2 comma 3. Displaced from 1 comma minus 2 comma 3 to, so 1 comma minus 2 comma 3 to 0 comma 1 comma 4. 0 comma 1 comma 4. Calculate. Right. Initial position vector, final position vector, displacement vector, all three. Yeah, that only. Calculate or write something. Initial position vector, final position vector, and displacement vector. Can we do that? No need to write any diagram for all the questions. Artha aita? That is only for our understanding. So you have to start with what? Initial position vector, then final position vector, then final minus initial, you will get displacement. So do it fast. Right there only, man. Right there. Why you are wasting the page? Come on, do it fast. First write vectors, then write displacement. First write initial position vector. You cannot write initial position vector. Right? Come on, write fast. Don't write initial position vector. All these are nonsense. I am telling now only. Don't write like you are, don't answer like you are answering for board. Initial position vector P is equal to how much? 1 I cap minus 2 J cap plus 3 K cap. Are you able to understand? Is it difficult? Don't write anything else. Initial position vector. Let us consider. Why we need all those nonsense? Q vector 0 I cap plus 1 J cap plus 4 K cap. Done. Then displacement is what? Final vector minus initial vector. So here final is 0. 0 minus 1 is how much? Minus 1. 0 minus 1 is minus 1. Minus 1 I cap. 1 minus 2. 1 minus of minus 2 is how much? 3 J cap. Are you able to understand? Then 4 minus 3 plus 1 K cap. So that is your displacement vector. That's it, nothing else. You will have 1 minute to solve the questions. Don't write unnecessary things. Artha aita? Sir, then how do we write for board? Board, you write every nonsense things. Let us consider OP as initial vector, and OP vector is given by value. Let us consider OQ is final vector, and OQ vector is given by this. And according to definition, displacement is given as final vector minus initial vector. Then do the minus, then you'll get the answer. That is how you write for the board. Oh, all those sentences must not be written here. Understood? Can you take another question? But before that, let us write one more definition. What? Distance. Distance. Can you, anyone define what is distance now? Tala, what is distance? Come on, stand. Take deep breath and stand properly. Answer. Please sit. Next. You choose the wrong word, then I'm not going to listen to that. What is space between? Come on, tell me. First two words I can able to hear. The total and the I cannot hear. Very good. Total length covered by, but still we can tell in more properly. Next. She was raising hand. Good. Distance is called as the actual path length of the particle. Understood? Now, actual path length of the particle. Now take an example here. You are calculating displacement. Please listen. You are calculating what? Displacement. Displacement, there is no other definitions. Only one definition. What? Final position minus initial position. Can displacement can be 0? Can displacement be 0? When? Don't say all those things. When final position is same as initial position. That is the answer. When final position and initial positions are same, then you cannot minus from the same thing. Then answer becomes what? 0. So I started here I went to here, then again took U-turn, then came back to same location. What is the displacement? Will displacement is 100% zero. But does that mean I did not cover any distance? Lay topi wala. I am telling. If I am asking question, you have to answer. Understood now? See, there I will ask two kind of questions. One is specific questions to specific student. Then they have to answer. Second question is when I ask in mass, then everyone has to answer. Understood now? If you are not answering, then basically you are excluding yourself from the discussion. Then you will stay there only. Artha aita? Everyone should include yourself in a discussion. Maybe wrong or right, no problem. I never scold you for wrong answers. I will encourage for right answers. I troll. You understand troll means? I troll for wrong answers. Trolling is different. Did I scold? Hey, ning buddhi idiyana yena wrong answer helti atara baididina? Did I scold any time? I troll because I feel pity on you people. That's why I troll. Because you have learnt in that kind of schools where they have not taught you anything. Even the basic things which are required, not taught by your school. Understood or not? So-called 10th, in 10th you have concept called magnetic effect of current. But if I ask a basic question, you cannot answer. You cannot. Why do you again have to kudka, why you want to, what is that ka? Kudka bejati karna chahte ho tum log. Then that chapter comes, I will do there. Again, if I do now, then again do there also. I will only feel bad about you people. You are not yet my students. You will become my students after what? 2 years. When I teach complete physics and you get a good rank, then you will become my students. Then I will say my student is in AIMS Delhi. Now I am not telling my student. Correct or not? I will tell when you are in some good college, I will tell, okay, my student is there in this hospital. Let us not go there. Because I don't trust my student. No, I will come. I will come to your hospitals. Because the day you become doctor and surgeon, maybe I will get old. After 6 or 7 years, you'll become doctor, no? Will you become doctor or not? Then after some 2-3 years, you'll become surgeons. Then you will be very, very busy. We cannot get your appointment. Then I put a WhatsApp message. Hey, I'm coming, man, to your hospital. Then you say, please come, sir. Then we'll go there. Huh? You don't do my operations? Huh? Then if I don't trust my own students, then whom I will trust? Okay. What I was telling? Yes, I was telling you that whenever we ask a question, everyone has to answer. So displacement became 0, but distance did not become 0. So distance will never become 0. Can we tell that conclusion? If the body is moved, can distance become 0? Can distance become 0 if the body has moved? Never. If the body movement is there, then there will be always a distance. But you can always say distance can be 0. But you cannot say displacement can be 0. Displacement can be 0 or not? Can be. But not always. But can be. But distance can never be 0. We can tell that. Because in your NEET, this statement kind of question they will ask. Considering distance and displacement, which of the following is true? So if the body is moved, distance can never be 0. Displacement can be 0. Distance will be greater than displacement. Some kind of statement questions will be there. Not all the questions come from equations. Artha aita? So now we are talking about that. So distance is actual path traveled. Are you understanding? Are you understanding? Okay, tell me now. This is 100-meter running race. This is 100-meter running race. This is a track. So I started running from here. I completed one circle, one rotation. What is the displacement? Then distance? Very good. Distance is 100 meter, displacement 0. Now I'm not taking exactly the same track. I mean, track is there. I am not following the track. I am going something like this because of some reasons. Now, what is the distance? We don't know. It is more than 100. But what is displacement? Correct only, no? Very good. So now, distance is actual path traveled. Now, can anyone tell when displacement will be equal to distance? Can you tell in which case displacement and distance will be equal? Can they equal? Can they become equal? Yes or no? Then when they can be equal? Tell me. You only. When they can be equal? Huh? When they move in a... Okay, let us experiment it. Sit up. So this is not straight line. Correct only, na? Till that podium. Imagine this is origin. That podium is 10 meter. Okay, na? I am moving in straight line or not? Correct? Now, I came back. Isn't it straight line? Then what kind of it is a curved line? It is a straight line. Huh? Huh?Ena? Lay, isn't it straight line? Yes or no? Yes. Don't say no because to prove me wrong. You are proving yourself wrong. If I say earth is round, then you cannot say no sir, earth is not round, earth is flat. To prove me wrong, don't prove yourself wrong. Are you able to understand? Isn't it straight line? But now displacement is equal to distance. What is the distance traveled? 20 meter. Displacement 0. Now that answer of our is wrong. That means in straight line motion, it won't become equal to displacement. Then what we have to change here? When it would be same? If I did not take the U-turn. If I did not take the U-turn, it would be same only, na? Distance will be equal to displacement. Which means body should travel without changing direction. That is the sentence. Body should be moving without changing direction. Body should not go left or right also. Body should go in the same direction. Then if the body is going in the same direction, then always displacement's magnitude will be equal to what? Distance. We don't say displacement is equal to displacement. Sorry, displacement is equal to distance. We cannot compare them. Why? Because displacement is a vector. Distance is a scalar. We should say magnitude of displacement is equal to distance. Only in one case. In all other case, distance will be it will be greater than magnitude of displacement. In no case, displacement will be greater than displacement. Never. So we can write that magnitude of displacement will be always lesser or equal to what? Distance. Correct or not? Then we can write that displacement magnitude will be equal to distance in which case? When not straight line. Same direction. When body moving in a same direction. It does not change direction. Change in direction andre curved line also change in direction. Are you able to understand? It should not change direction. It should go in a straight line. But it should not come back also. Because coming back also change in direction. Because it was going in positive x-axis, now it is coming in negative x-axis. Without change in direction, then displacement magnitude will be equal to distance. But displacement magnitude will never be greater than what? Distance. This is never going to happen. Never. So you should always understand about the nature of sentence that they have given. Artha aita? Understood? Very good. Right, next. Have you written distance is a scalar quantity? Distance is a scalar. Displacement is a vector quantity. Dimensions will be same for both or not? Yes or no? Both are length only, na? Then dimensions are same. Unit also same. Meter and meter. Can you take one more question? Everyone. And one more point. Displacement can be positive, can be negative, or can be zero. But distance always positive. There can never be negative distance. There can never be zero distance if the body is moved. Understood or not? Let us take the question in the same Josh. Right. The body started. The body started from x is equal to 3. Body started from x is equal to 3. Went till x is equal to minus 8. Went till x is equal to minus 8. Return back to x is equal to minus 2. Return back to x is equal to minus 2. Minus 8, I said. Then return back to x is equal to minus 2. Calculate. Displacement magnitude to distance ratio. What we have to calculate? Distance. Homework. To distance ratio. Distance. Displacement to distance ratio. Stand.